Hey guys, this is Eva Scrapbooking with me, and as I promised, I'm going to be showing you how to make this little pop-up box card. Because the reason it's a card is because you can fold it up, and of course if you have these little things sticking out here, which I think it would fit in the envelope anyway, but you just snip those off if your envelope is not big enough. And then you can just put it down in an envelope and mail it. Then when your recipient gets it, they can just open it back up, and there you go. Beautiful little pop-up gift box. I think it is so cute. Okay. So the first thing you're going to need, and I went ahead and pre-cut my pieces because I didn't want this video to be quite so long for you. You're going to need a piece of cardstock, and this can be whatever color you want. You're going to need a piece 5.5 by 8.5, and you're going to put it in your scoreboard with the 8.5 portion this way. You're going to score at 1/2. Oops. You're going to score at 2.5. Well, I can't even stay in the line this morning for some reason. I think I might use my other one. It seems to work better on this thicker cardstock. Okay, 2.5. Then you're going to score at 4.5 and at 6.5. Okay. So that again is 1.5, 2.5, 4.5, and 6.5. I'm going to score this a little better. And I will have these measurements below the video. Then you're going to take it and turn it to where your 5.5 is up here. Make sure that your 2-inch is down here on this end. I don't think it matters, but that's just the way I learned how to do it. It made it a little bit simpler for me. And you're going to score it at 3 inches. Okay, so here we have. See if you can see the score lines. Probably not. But like I said, I will have all of these in the link below. So all I did was score it 1.5, 2.5, 4.5, and 6.5. I turned it one turn, scored it 3 inches, okay? Now you're going to take your scissors, and on the short edge, you see right here is my score line. My score line is right there. So the one that's the shortest, like this one is, let's see. This one is 3 inches, and this one is only 2.25. So the 2.25 you're going to cut up to the score line. So you're going to take right where that score line is, and you're going to cut up to the middle score line. And then on this piece, the 1/2 inch, you're going to cut it off because you don't need it. So I cut down, and then this little flap, we're going to cut it at an angle because that's going to be the part that folds in and makes your little box. So, got that? See, all I did was cut those, the score line. And then you can go ahead and fold. Just make your pre-folds. Okay, make our little fold right here. And we'll fold that better in just a moment. And now you're going to need, and what did I do? There they are. You're going to need 2 pieces that are 1 inch wide by 2.5 inches long. Okay, sorry about that. I had a person ringing my doorbell, so I had to go really quick. Alright, again, this piece is 1 inch by 2.5 inches. You're going to score at 1/4 inch and 2 1/4 inches. So in other words, you have a little score line 1/4 inch from each end. Then you're going to fold this like an accordion. Not an accordion. You're going to fold it as if it were a Z. Z. So you're going to fold this one forward and this one backward. See what happens to me when I get distracted? And that is easy for me to get distracted. I just lose all concentration. Okay, so it's going to look like that. See that little Z? One you're going to fold one way and the other one the other way. So that's how we're going to do those. Now let's reinforce these a little bit, these folds. I know no one else gets distracted like me, right? I am terrible about it. If I get a phone call or a customer doorbell, whatever, in the middle of something that I'm doing, I lose it. I just lose all concentration. It's gone. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to cover these with a mat. And that is this right here. And again, I'm not going to go through all the sizes. I'll have those in the link below. But these are, let's see, these are 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. And then 1 7/8 by 2 7/8. So we're going to put this one on top of that one. I'm just going to use some of this adhesive to do this. And I just kind of center it up. And then we're going to put this down here. And it's a lot easier to put these mats on before you put your box together. Or what it is for me anyway. And I hope I'm not getting my head in the way. If I am, you get to see my wild hair today. Okay, so we're going to put you're going to need 4 of these, so to cover your 4 sides of your box. And as you can see, I'm just kind of centering it up, leaving just a little fraction, maybe a 1/16 or less on all sides. And you can leave more, it's just up to you, you know, how you want it to look. And then when I put it down on here, I've got about the same distance, about a 1/16 between all of them. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to do the top. And these keys do not matter which way, so I'm just going to turn it around so it'll make it easier for me. Now we're going to cover these to put on this part. And these are 2 1/16 by 1 7/8. And then 2 by 1 15/16. And again, all these measurements will be below. It's kind of hard for me to, you may change the size of your box, and if you do, then, you know, change the size of your mats. I mean, you just need to make your mats just about a 1/16 smaller. And you can do a single mat, you don't have to do a double mat like I'm doing. I just thought the white might make that pop just a little bit better. And mine are not exact, but it doesn't matter. You know, this is a handmade gift. You don't have to make everything perfect. I'm a little bit OCD, so I try to make it as close as possible, and I try to get it as straight as I can, but I realize I have that shaky hand thing, so I also know that it's kind of hard for me to get things exactly. So I just do the best that I can. That's all that you're supposed to do. This is what crafting is all about. Having fun. If you don't have fun with it, then there's no reason in doing it. Alright, so we got all of our little flaps covered. So we got that part done. And now we're going to put our little box together. And I'm going to use some score tape to do this, just because if I don't, I'm afraid this will come apart with just glue. So I'm just going to reinforce it a little bit with some score tape. Okay, and then just bring it over, put your sides together, and then press. And there you go. You've got this part. So you're going to take your little folding pieces, your little 1 by 2 inch pieces, and you're going to put the score tape on both ends. And I may wish that I had used glue instead of score tape if I have trouble getting this in there. I didn't have any trouble last night when I made the other one, but you know, who knows. Okay, make sure your pieces fold in a Z and that you have the tape on the outside of both of them. You're going to put it down in there and just kind of eyeball it. As May says, just eyeball it and put it, you know, as straight as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. There again, so see, it's just, and then we're going to split the difference with the next one. And before I press those down, I'm going to make sure that I get the other one in there correctly. And if I do, then I'm not going to worry about, then I'll press them down. Okay, so put your score tape on one side and then flip it over and put it on the other side. Make sure that you get it on the right sides. Okay. There again. See, it's on this side and this side. And I try to put it in there at a little bit of an angle and then center it up as best I can. Just make sure that when you put it down in there that it doesn't come above this part right here. Okay, so I've got it just kind of sitting in there now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this. I'm going to fold my card. That will kind of tell you where it needs to be. As you can see, I'm folding and I'm pressing that down in there. And when you fold your card, then you can kind of press all that down. That way you make sure that you get it in the right spot before you start putting your embellishments on it. And then you can fold it the other way and do the same thing. So I just kind of sit them down in there in a spot that close to where I think, and then I fold my card, and you can adjust, see, you can adjust them as need be. Okay, let's cover the ones that go on here. And I will, I know I keep stressing this, but I will put the, please don't fret, I will put all the measurements in the information bar below. I can't talk and chew chewing gum at the same time, so it's kind of hard for me to put this together and think about what the measurements are. And you may make your box larger. You can make it larger. And if you do, then you'll have your own measurements. They won't necessarily be the same size as this. Just adjust it. And if you're like I do a lot of times in scrapbooking, I just put my thumb on it and put my little thumbnail in there, and that's the size that I make the that is the size that I make the mat. Sorry, I made this one a little bit off, so we're going to try to fix that right quick. And I know I cannot cut this straight on here, but we're going to do the best we can. Like I said, I hate to measure, and I try my best to do everything that I can possibly do to get out of it. And sometimes I think I do better just by eyeballing it and not measuring than I do when I measure. So, alright, we'll use this one on the side. And it won't show as much that I got it a little bit off. Okay, let's put this one here. That one's not too bad. Oh me. I'm never perfect in anything that I do, so I think we might save this one for there. You're going to need one on the back part that is pretty good. And some people that I have seen make these do not pre-fold the flap that's going to stand up in the back. I went ahead and refolded mine. I did on this one as well, but I just didn't crease it as much as I did this one. This one's kind of laying down a little bit. But if you want that to stand up when they open it, then just don't reinforce your fold as much as I did on that one. And it should stand up. Alright, so there it is, that part made. See, I'm throwing things around, I'm telling you. I'm terrible. Alright, and I just cut out a little speech bubble. We're going to put that right there. But first we're going to write on it just a little bit. Not with that pen. Nobody will be able to see it. We're just going to put... Okay, I just put love you on there. And then we'll put that, and I think I'm going to put it at a little bit of an angle, like that. Alright, and then I pre-cut all of these little pieces, and this is how you get your flowers. And all I did, I used my Cricut, but you could use just, you know, a template that you had, or a die cut, or just go online and find you some hearts, put them in your computer, size them to the size that you want, and then just trace them and cut them out. I just got hearts and little flowers cut out in different colors. So what you're going to do then is you're just going to start gluing these on. And you want your first one to start standing up a little bit, so just glue it. And I know that's going to be hard for you to see. I will put some on there and then I'll show you what I'm doing. I just put a little glue on the bottom, like a bottom petal or something, and then I stick it down like that. And you're just going to layer them and stack them up. And, you know, put a heart and then a flower and then maybe another heart, and alternate the colors. So let's see. And you want the back one, the back layer, to stand up just a little bit higher than the front layer, so we'll keep going. That's how it looks so far. We'll put some more flowers here. And you might even double up on your hearts and put, you know, a heart on top of a heart. I'll show you what I mean. Like take this little heart, this little solid color heart, and then put another little heart on top of it, like that. So we'll do that for one. Just any way that you want to design it. And then when we're going to stick this on the back of this one, so what we're going to do is we just put a little glue on the front part of that, and then we're just going to stick it down like that. See? And then we'll go back to the back one, and we'll put more hearts down. And I try to glue the ones together that are going to be stacked on top of each other, just so that it'll hold. And here again, this is another thing that there's no right and no wrong way to do this. It's just you're trying to make a little flower bouquet. And then I cut out some little leaf flourishes, and I'm just going to stick those in randomly in different places. And you could do this for anything. It wouldn't have to be Valentine's Day. You could do it for you know, your kid's teacher, and put maybe some little pencils sticking up in there and a little notepad. Oh, that would be cute. I'm glad I thought about that. You can do it for Father's Day. Make a Father's Day box and put some, you know, cut out some tools or some things that he's interested in, and put that on there. Why does my glue keep stopping up? I mean, you could decorate this with anything. If a baby shower, and put some little baby booties and things on here. All kinds of things that you can do with this. I'll show you where I'm putting these just in a second. I think I'm running out of glue. I'm going to have to break down and open another bottle, and I'm saving it all I can since we can't get any more shipped to us right now. There we go. I definitely got enough glue on that one. See, that's what I'm doing right now. It's just alternating my flowers and my leaves and different things like that. Let's see, where do I want this one? I don't want that one, that side. Put another heart right there. Yeah. So then you put that. And then we'll put some little flowers on top. And someone had asked where I got these little trays, the little hard acrylic trays. I will put a link to these also below the video. I love these. I love, love, love them. I use them for everything. And your glue fits in these perfect. Your ink pads fit in these perfectly too. This way. So you could stand like 5 ink pads up this way, label them if you wanted to. So, love them. I use mine for everything. Alright, let's see. What do we want? But I like them because they're that hard acrylic. They're not quite so soft as a lot of the acrylic pieces are. They're a harder acrylic, so they are going to hold up really, really well. Alright, let's see. I think I want to put one more heart up there, and then I think that might be all I'll put on this one. Yeah, you know, you just don't want to go higher than your flap, so when it closes. Alright, let's put another leaf. Flourish right up here at the top. And you don't have to put as many as I did, as much on there as I did. It's all up to you. You know, I think I put more on this one than I did on the other one. So, I mean, it's just a matter of what you want. What you want it to look like. So, see? There's the little bouquets coming out. And there's your back part. And then, and I think that's all I'm going to put. And then I took a heart and I put right here on the front. And I think I doubled the heart. So, I'm going to put this heart on top of that heart. And these will mail, you know, it might take a little bit more postage to mail it than just a regular little letter. I don't know that it would, but, you know, they go in a regular size envelope, card envelope, so. Alright, and then I took one of these, and this is the Prima Crystals, and I took one of these, and one of the tiny ones, and I put it right on the front here, and I put extra glue on mine because their adhesive always comes off of the back of these. And then you could put little bling on these if you wanted to. You know, it's like I said, it's all up to you and how you want to decorate it. But I think that may be all that I do to this one. So there you go, guys. I hope you like it. And then again, all you need to do is fold it up, put it in your envelope, and it is ready to mail. When your recipient gets it, you know, pull it out of the envelope, open it up, and there you are. Now, it doesn't have a bottom on it, so don't worry about if you start putting yours together and go, oh man, I missed the bottom. But it doesn't have a bottom on it, so that's it. Again, fold it up, put it in your envelope, get it ready to mail. You could even decorate your envelope with some of your matching paper. When they get it, they open it up, and there it is. So, so pretty. Okay, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. We will talk to you later. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye-bye.